I suppose an introduction is in order, yes? My name is Dr. Heller. I'm one of the world's leading scientists in separating conjoined twins. Just like Ben Carson. Ben Carson, I have been moonlighting with a secret hobby. You see, instead of separating, I've set my sights on creating.
God, what are you gonna do to us?
You, my captives, you will be transformed.
You're a sick man.
I am a sick man! But I'm a benevolent one, too. On your fate, subjects. As you can see, one of the positions will be just a little bit more horrible than the rest. But I will allow you to make your case why you shall not be the middle section. If it fails to convince me, you have the worst fate of them all. So, captives, now we shall decide. Which one of you will be the middle part of my glorious human centipede?
Oh God, no!
Please not me.
I'll do it. Hey, if they end up leaving, does that mean more shit for me?
That's not how a human centipede works. But I shall elaborate. Okay. The operation will commence. The removal of the lateral incisors, the central incisors, and the canines.
Oh my God.
That is disgusting.
Go on.
Next, skin folds from B and C. The lips and anuses of A and B will be cut and prepared. Then the skin folds will be lifted and sewn shut.
Oh no.
Grow up.
Intriguing.
Once the tissues of lips and anus are grafted together, we'll be creating a human centipede connected to the gastric system. Ingestion passes through A, is excreted into B, ends up in C. You are C.
Listen, I just want to say you had me at anus.
Why aren't you scared? This is supposed to be very scary.
The only thing I'm afraid of is running out of shit.
You don't understand the beauty of my design, but I will make you see soon enough. Take this, for example. It's a medical syringe. Ordinary in every way except that it contains the anesthesia I'll be using during the operation. But, it's an unexpected twist. There's only enough pain good for two of you.
Why are you doing this to us?
So fucked up.
It's no painkiller. What can I say? I like pain.
Don't understand the beauty of my design. Let me be super clear. I'm going to remove your teeth. I'm going to sew your lips to another person's anus. I'm going to sew your anus to another person's mouth, and you'll be awake feeling the whole thing.
Well, it's 2017. Who hasn't tossed a little salad, am I right?
I know I'm not in control here, but can we just share a centipede with anyone but her?
You don't. There's still one more horrible element of my design that you will repeatedly be scared for, and it's this one. Look, captives. Perhaps you didn't notice, but there is only a need for 2 eyes in my glorious human centipede, and collectively you have 6. Do you know what this means?
Ooh, take my eyeballs!
The fuck?
What do you need my eyeballs for? Watching young Sheldon?
Not even scared, I'm just disgusted.
Hey, I actually like that show.
You know what? No more human centipede. It's off. I spent years sacrificing to bring me this moment. I took out all those medical school loans. I rented this space on Craigslist. And you ruined it.
Alright, you can cry about it while you're turning me into a human centipede. Chop chop.
Why? Why did I have to find someone who's a glutton for pain, doesn't care what anything looks like, and is excited to eat shit?
Well, you did find me at Chipotle.
I'm putting you in front.
No!
No, it's the opposite of that. Wow, you're good, right?
Yeah, as the leading dream analyst and therapist in the state of North Dakota, I'm excited to hear about dreams like that. They have tons of meaning.
Okay, great.
So-
Just, yeah, let me get started.
to the bottom of these disturbing dreams, I'm just going to start throwing out some possible origins for them. We'll see if anything locks in.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready to go through the whole process.
All right, when you're asleep, do you find yourself wiggling around, perhaps tossing and turning?
Yeah, it's one thing.
Okay, so that was about a human centipede. Do you ever find yourself tossing and turning until you wake up with your mouth on your own anus?
Ew! No! What? That's not even possible.
Sorry?
How would I do that even?
Sorry to stab.
That's just... No!
Can't bat 1,000 in the science, I'm sorry. Okay,
Just getting stopped there.
we'll move on.
Okay.
As a child, as a child or a young adult, say in college, you're in your dorm, do you ever find yourself tossing and turning? Then a roommate enters the room so quickly that you awake with your mouth on their anus. Never.
Ew! No!
No?
That never happened.
I'm sorry. That was
Just a little off base since the beginning.
two swings and two misses. Yep.
Still trust the process, but
Great.
let's just try something
Say,
else.
you got a pen.
Yeah, I had them growing up, yeah.
Do it. So, you're in your bed asleep. You're tossing and turning.
Oh gosh, no. Really?
You're wiggling in deep in slumber. And your pet perhaps enters the room so quickly that you awake with your mouth on the pet's anus.
No!
Damn it!
I think we're off. Like,
Okay,
I
I'm
think we're
sorry.
off. We're off base.
I struck out.
That's
I'm
definitely
sorry.
never happened.
That was 3 swings, 3 misses. All right, let's move on. We can move on to another trip.
Let's move
I'm
on,
sorry,
yeah.
we'll move on to another trip.
Ashley, thank you for coming in to interview at my haunted house. It says here that after school you work at the Shop and Save Deli.
Yes, Mr. Nightcrank, was it?
Mr. Nightcrank was my father. Please, call me Nightcrank.
Well, Nightcrank. I really feel that my time at the deli has equipped me with the necessary skills for haunted house employment.
Sure, yeah.
My skills range from meat slicing to cheese.
Listen, Ashley, you got the job.
Oh, wow! Thank you so much, Mr. Nightcrank. I have wanted to work at Scare House ever since my mom brought me here when I was 5 and lost me in the evil clown room, and that probably had a lasting impact because I had a bedwetting issue then. And
Ashley, that's a charming story, I'm sure. But I'm gonna have to remind you that Mr. Nightcrank was my father. Call me Nightcrank. It's that cool camaraderie sort of thing you get when you call a dude by his last name.
What's your first name?
Eugene. Now, let's find you the perfect role.
Honestly, I will take whatever you got. I'm just thrilled to be here.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Ashley. However, it's critical that we place you according to your preferences.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you, what's your perversion?
I'm sorry.
Your perversion, are you a masochist, a sadist, a fetishist?
What does this have to do with working at a haunted house?
Everything. We have to find the perfect room for you so you can get it all.
That's not why I want to work at a haunted house.
Nonsense, Ashley. Everyone who works at a haunted house is doing so to satiate some dark urge.
Not me.
I don't believe it. There must be something that will help you get off. Fine, I'll share my perversion. I'm a froturist. That is, I get aroused when I touch a stranger surreptitiously in a crowded place. It might not be your thing, but it's how many of us get off.
Listen, I don't have any fetishes. I'm just in high school.
Actually, most of the sickos I know found their fetishes in high school. That reminds me, I neglected to ask at the beginning of the interview, are you 18 or an emancipated minor?
Yes, I'm 18.
Okay, well now that that's out of the way, we can get back to figuring out what will help you get off. Stop me if any of these resonate. Latex balloons, hay, wolfman fur, genital stapling, marshmallow peeps, but only the yellow kind, wet cardboard, the sound of a creaking door.
I'm sorry, no, and what, cardboard? Really? Look, can't I just dress as a creepy clown or carry a chainsaw or something?
Actually, the fact that you would say a creepy clown and a chainsaw in the same breath makes me feel like you're not taking this process very seriously. How are you even supposed to get off?
Honestly, I just wanted to work here so I could wear a costume and make some friends.
There must be something that will tickle your fancy. Chasing, lurking, stygiophilia.
Stygiophilia?
Arousal to the thought of hellfire and damnation. Our infernal room would be the perfect place for you to get off.
No.
Something else. How about this? A brick wall where you can poke your head through because it's really a bunch of bed sheets on a clothesline. Then you can really get a reaction out of visitors.
Oh,
And then you can get off!
Look, I thought I wanted to work here, but you just got to...
Ashley, wait. What if I got you an adult soiled diaper?
I think it's perfectly okay to have a fetish.
Maybe it was a metaphor.
Yeah. I think I know what comes next. We gotta talk about our fetishes. You can start.
Figure out why it's your dreams.
Yeah. Nothing?
Just want to solve the
Nothing
dreams.
at all?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
No.
Sometimes people are uncomfortable sharing their fetishes at first. So to get things warmed up, I'll tell you about different nations' fetishes.
Can you do that? I don't know.
Sure. Her name's Wanda. Number is 9687306. I just believe in complete transparency. She lives at 109 Maple Lane.
Okay.
Apartment 4C. Okay.
Alright. Is there something to be learning from this?
Wanda likes to have sex with her fish in the room. They've been dead for 3 months, the fish. Everybody's got something. Who am I to judge? So, I thought I would take a stab and think that dream was about the breast fetishes. If you have nothing, then clearly I'm wasting what should be your hour.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We can move on to another dream and perhaps a bit closer to the bottom.
Please. Yeah.
Great.
It's probably best.
Yo, what up, Dojo? It's your boy, Murdering Mike. You're excited for Halloween. I want you to have like a wolf. Now do a mummy. That was good.
Thanks for coming over, you guys.
Oh, of course. Classic movie nights, so fun.
Yeah. What should we watch first? I picked up a bunch of DVDs that creepy blockbuster closed, you know, the one in Millwood Road.
Oh, Finally, that place weirded me out. It was always so deserted.
Well, let's see what I've got. I've got Touch of Evil, Psycho, Double Indemnity, and Battleship Potemkin. I've never seen Touch of Evil.
Oh, we gotta watch it.
The opening track of the shot is real masterpiece.
She's right.
Did you hear something?
It's me, Orson Welles.
Whoa, I definitely heard that.
I wasn't just showing off with this scene. The long continual take increases the suspense.
Please, let me try to turn off the commentary.
You can't turn it off. I am haunting this DVD.
What? He's responding to us.
How?
I have unfinished business here on Earth. I died before DVDs existed, so I never got to record my director's commentary.
Turn it off. Turn it off. I'm trying.
I've come back from the spectral plane to tell you about my directorial choices. Notice all the music is diegetic. I wanted to create a sense of spatial choreography.
Fine.
Thank God. That's over. Let's try another movie.
Kind of ruined the viewing experience.
How about Psycho?
Such a classic.
My intention for this shot was to establish a sense of place. Oh, and by the way, this is Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh God, not again.
If you notice, the darkness inside the apartment creates a sense of mystery.
Come on, just want to watch the movie.
In death, I can accomplish what I never did in life. Recording 49 hours of DVD exclusive director's commentary. Now, here's why I shot this scene using a reverse tracking shot instead of a traditional dolly zoom.
Yes!
But I need to tell you about my editing technique.
Ghost directors are kind of inseparable.
Should we just go see Mother? I mean, say what you will about Darren Aronofsky, but that dude is definitely not.
It is I, Darren Aronofsky. Did you know that my film is an allegory for environmental destruction? Let me tell you.
Again, just want to start off by saying thank you for sharing that. I'm behind on rent, so we have a lighting issue in my building. I can't try before we get it fixed.
Sure, I'm accommodating.
Sometimes, there we go. I'm sorry about that.
I understand. Just as long as we can get closer to solving my dream issue.
Yeah, that one sounded like it was about unfinished business. Now, again, this is your hour, not mine. But I'm going to spit out some theories, some stories.
As long as we get to figure out my dream.
See if perhaps you've had a similar story in your past that might have sparked this dream.
Sure, why not?
Alright, unfinished business. Let's say you're 16, your best friend Jason breaks his arm. He's got one of those casts that everybody signs. Okay. You think you're going to sign Jason's cast every day, and you just keep putting it off. Like, there's a line to sign, this is Jason today. You never sign the cast.
Oddly specific.
He has another fall. There's a complication where they have to go in for surgery to reset the break. He develops an infection, and the arm has to come off at the elbow. There's no more cast signed. You didn't do it. It's gone. Nope. That was just a allegory, perhaps, for something in your life.
So just not resonating yet. I
Okay.
don't feel any closer to solving.
I'm sorry, it appears I let something from my own past into what should be your hour.
Glad you got that off your chest.
Yep, I'm so sorry about that. We can move on to a different one,
As long as we get closer.
different dream. I'm sure we're going to get closer to one of these. Okay, we'll move on to a different one.
Who wants candy?
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm James Cameron. You might think I'm here to talk to you about Avatar 2 coming in 2020, but I'm not. I'm here to talk to you about an exciting new business venture that I'm launching. James Cameron's Deep Sea Fish Market. Now, as a award-winning writer, director, and most of all, deep sea explorer, I've run across a lot of weird creatures. First up, at our market, we have an anglerfish. Look at this thing. It catches lesser fish with that dangly thing on its head. Now, the experience of eating an anglerfish is awesome because you've basically taken an apex predator and turned that into the catch. You devour it. It's a godlike experience, much like the experience of directing Avatar 2 coming in. I'm not here to focus on that. We can go on to another fish. The Nightmare Eel. This thing's awesome, but it is incredibly poisonous, so I should not be selling it. If you buy it, it's for decoration only. Now, interesting fact about this eel is that when we designed the jungle snakes for Avatar 2 coming in 2020, we wanted to go for a more off-putting look. So we used this thing for inspiration instead of an earthbound python. It's great, but I'm not here to talk about that. So, moving on to a new animal. We have here a goblin shark, and as you all know, I'm sure goblins always have hysterical names. This one's name is Rollworm. Now, I understand it's hilarious, but his name reminds me of my own story. You see, back when I was a senior in high school, I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut loose. And I grew a mullet and a goatee and started going by Jim Cameron instead of James Cameron. And my bully called me Dim Cameron with a D to make fun of me. And fast forward 20 years later, he jumped off a bridge over the Jersey Turnpike and landed under a semi-truck. They never quite put his body back together. That's how he offed himself. And I was getting ready to direct Terminator 2. So that's how that story ends. Move on from Rollworm. We have this week's special, the Demon Squid, also known as the Humboldt Squid, also known as Diablo Rojo. There's no backstory here, it's just 50% off. Moving on. Another one that reminds me of my own sordid past is the blobfish. This creature gets voted ugliest sea creature on every BuzzFeed article that site does on the subject. It reminds me of a time in my life when I had to wear an eye patch over my left eye because I caught a softball during a game with my eye. I didn't catch it, I caught it with my eye socket. Orbital fracture, I'm in an eye patch. Everybody at school calls me the ugly pirate. I heal. That same eye gets behind the lens of some blockbuster movies. The reunion committee mails me every year to come back, straight into the trash. That's how that story ends. Moving on. The giant isopod. This thing's awesome. It's like a lobster that looks like a tick. It's the best. You have never really lived until you've heard the crunching crack when you hit one of these things on your dinner table with a ball peen hammer and it starts to come apart so you can get to the meat inside. Funny story, we wanted to go for a more meaty feel for the trees in Avatar 2 when they fall So when we were doing the sound effects, the trees falling were actually the sound of one of these things being ripped apart. It's great. Coming in 2020, not here to talk about that. Moving on. Our final creature, I consider this a dessert dish. Zombie worms feed on whales that have perished and then sink to the sea floor. They do something to the whales that reminds me of my own experience. You see, I imagine the whales being dead, it's them being eaten alive. It's a bit like watching your ex-wife, Catherine Bigelow, go on to great fame, amazing things, and just do way better without you in life. You're already dead inside, but something's still gnawing away. And that's what I got. Avatar 2 coming in 2020. If you're hungry between now and then, come on down to James Cameron's Fish Market. Pick up one of my delicacies. You're going to find our discounts and our selection truly deep. Thank you.
Getting weirder.
That was odd. That was an odd one.
I just don't feel like I'm any closer.
Alright, I'm going to throw out a story that might resonate.
Okay, sure.
Get some long lost memories coming back. Okay? Let's say you're in your early 30s, you settled into your life as a therapist. You want one last shot at making it as a writer. So you write a sequel in the Terminator series where the Terminator starts to get really messed up in the head because he's got multiple timelines going on and he doesn't know how to fit it all together into circuits. So he starts going to therapy. Here's the twist, he's got to see a different therapist in each timeline, right? So the advice just fucks him all up worse because he's trying to get it back together, but they're just dragging him farther and farther apart.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not.
It's not resonant.
It's not. I do know. It's not resonating.
They returned the screenplay. I know which.
I'm
sorry.
About that.
I'm sorry. This is your hour, not mine.
Yeah.
I apologize for another leak.
Okay. I do feel for you, but again, I just want to get out of this.
I understand. We'll move on to another one. Okay. Another train. We're gonna have to hit it sometime.
Sure.
Liars!
Nerd, Ronnie Telman.
Well, I must have been a few synapses short of a neurotransmission to have agreed to break off from the rest of the group with the captain of the cheerleading squad.
That's not who I am at all. That's such a stereotype.
Well, I'm not just a big nerd.
Right, sure.
Probably just an owl.
Who's there? Show yourself.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you supposed to be a ghost?
Indeed I am. In fact, I'd say I'm the most famous ghost of all.
Well, you're sure not a scary one.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. Take a look at your phone.
Whoa, Snapchat. She's pulling up on its own.
Oh my god, you're the Snapchat ghost.
That's right. every dick pic,
Oh!
every dressing room selfie, every drunken karaoke video that doesn't hold up in the morning. I'm here to hurt you with.
No!
We gotta get out of here!
Look.
Ah!
Oh, what's this? Don't we look so glamorous in our Depeche Mode shirt that we bought from Hot Topic?
Oh, Nina, my perception of you is totally altered.
I worked so hard to painstakingly craft my image online.
Curse you, Snapchat.
Oh, and what about this? It's that from that time you dressed as Chun-Li from Street Fighter at an anime convention.
Oh, cool! I didn't know you were into that kind of stuff.
And here's more of you while you're cozying up to a middle-aged man dressed as Willy Wonka.
Oh, the Gene Wilder one.
No, the Johnny Depp one!
What's wrong with you?
I was stupid. Please, no more.
Oh, but I'm just getting started.
All right, we get it. Nina's an even bigger nerd than I am, and a weirdo to boot. I think your point's been made.
Oh, I haven't even gotten to you yet.
Oh, no. No, please.
Who pictures you shared back and forth with your cousins?
No! Ah, well, that's really embarrassing, but I am still kind of proud.
Are you just as proud of the text you sent to Annabeth Miller while you're wearing nothing but an American flag?
Captain says, change my diaper, Hillary Clinton.
It was 2016. Times are innocent.
Oh, but what about those snaps you sent to Denise Miller?
Jesus, no.
She hasn't. Oh no. But then the other ones that you sent from that time your Aunt Denise catfished you to teach you a lesson.
No, please, no.
She hasn't seen that much of you since your christening.
Damn you, Snapchat!
Jacob, I have an idea.
What? To share all that information with every girl on the cheerleading squad?
No, phones. Let's destroy our phones.
Dog filters.
Are you out of your mind?
How many power over us if we destroy our phones?
Front photos.
Do you understand what you're asking me?
Foolish millennials, you can't destroy your phones. They're as integral to your existence as participation trophies and avocado toast.
Wanna bet? Jacob. So anyway.
Goodbye, sweet dispenser of memes.
Count of 3.
Don't do that. No.
1,
2, 3!
No! Ah! Curse you woke millennials! I'll be back for the next iPhone update!
Yeah, Nina, we did it! That was so smart of you.
who's the airhead now?
Right. I'm sorry I said all those things about you. I didn't know who you really were.
Well, I would tell if you don't.
Deal. So, any idea where we are? I'll just pull up Google Maps and... Oh, beans.
We're alone in the woods, with no connection to the outside world.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
That was a real name. I'm gonna take a stab. This one's more informed than my other theories because I researched all of my patients before they show up. Yep. You have one hell of a MySpace.
Oh my god.
It is awesome. And haven't seen anything like this in movies.
Who goes that far in Google? That's probably like the
It's the one part of my job I enjoy. So, my favorite part is when you recited all of Hermione's lines over all of the My Chemical Romance songs that have been released at the time.
I was emo, I was a nerd.
So much work! It's amazing!
My internet.
Things don't go away. Things don't go away, I know. Trust me.
This is about my dreams. Why
I'm
are we
sorry.
figuring out my
I'm
dreams?
sorry. Took a
I'm not
stab.
any closer to figuring out why I keep having these disturbing dreams and I can't sleep at all.
I apologize. That's on me. Let's keep moving on through your dream catalog.
Yes,
and
please.
we'll get closer on the next one, okay?
Sure.
Sound good?
So, you two met while you were jogging at night.
Yes, Steve is such a klutz. He ran into me on his way out of a bush. He wasn't wearing a headlamp.
It was so great finally getting to meet you guys.
Oh, yeah, it's been great. Steve's the man.
Yeah, great.
I'm gonna go clean the kitchen.
Oh, wait, I'll help you out, bro.
Thanks.
Okay, Marissa, we've been best friends for 12 years, and I'm telling you, you've got to get out.
What are you talking about?
Steve. He's a serial killer. I just know it.
Okay, Jenny, how do you know that?
Okay, just now, he didn't swing his arms when he walked. Normal people swing their arms. Robert swung his arms.
Okay, Robert's just a bro, and Steve has excellent balance.
Do not call Robert a bro.
You just called Steve a serial killer.
Fair.
What's up, is that right?
No, babe, I am tired as it is.
More for me around then.
He didn't yawn when we yawned. He did empathy yawn.
Steve stays up all night doing his dissections. He doesn't need sleep, so he doesn't yawn.
We have to get Robert and get out of here before he kills us all.
Hey Rob, I dropped some broccoli in the garbage disposal. Can you grab it for me so I can compost it?
Oh, sure thing.
No, fudge. I thought that was the light switch and now the broccoli's shredded.
Oh, well, at least you tried.
See, you thought Steve was going to grind Robert's hand off, but he didn't, so you were wrong.
Okay. Well, earlier, I was in the bathroom and there were human ponytails nailed to the wall.
Those are Steve's. He's saving up for a one-time Locks of Love donation record.
There is a cast iron door with padlocks on it.
His man cave. I'm not allowed in there.
You say he disappears for days at a time.
Yeah, well, between his 3 jobs at the morgue, the crematorium, and the cemetery, I'm lucky I get to see him at all.
Oh, that's quite an axe you got there, Steve.
Thanks. How about a closer look?
Oh my god! Do you believe me now? Oh my god!
Well, it turns out I'm not so good at this serial killer thing, despite the signs. Marissa was finally able to convince Jenny to escape during the dramatic monologue. My killing spree ended the next day when the cops noticed I wasn't swinging my arms. They shot me on sight. Still got robbed. Guess that's why they call these the Wonder Years.
I've got a stab at this one. Let me know if this origin story theory rings any bells for you, alright?
Sure. Yeah.
So your best friend, Jason, he leads on goes on a normal life even after losing his arm. He doesn't let it bother him at all. In fact, he's incredibly successful. Way more successful than me. So, you know,
Alright, talked about it.
I'm sorry, I'm letting my personal life lead that. But I know you're on the edge of your seat, so. Jason and my now ex-wife, Barbara, always had a little bit of a thing, a few glances, but I trusted her, so I never brought it up. This ties in, okay, because Barbara was leading a double life.
Sure.
Much like the serial killer.
Don't really know what we're doing, but okay. Go on, get it off your chest.
I always had my suspicions, but I don't trust I never brought it up. And then I find out that I've been raising our children with Barbara while she's sleeping with Jason every other weekend. Bring any personal resonance with that for you?
No.
Damn it!
That's.
I thought that was the. I'm sorry.
It feels like it's helping you more than it's helping me.
It's tearing me apart, trust me. I am sorry. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be your hour, and I keep interrupting my theories.
You solve dreams, right?
I am an expert at solving dreams. I have never. Don't read it too closely. Okay, we're gonna move on to another dream. I think we're gonna get close on one of these, okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Trust me.
It's reverse trick or treat! Take the candy from the guy in costume! Reverse trick or treat! Eat the candy!
Come on. Go front. Hey, ladies, I used to be known as Skeezy Pete, owner of Skeezy Pete's costume hut. Well, I've heard your complaints, and so that's why Skeezy Pete's is no more. Introducing Sensitive Peter's Woke Costumery. And have I got some costumes for you modern broads? See the slides. Alright, you can't be president in real life, ladies. So how's about dreaming big this Halloween, eh? What once was a sexy George Washington costume is now, bam, an empowered lady gentleman. Easy. So how about maybe not that? Maybe not into that? What about this sexy putty cat costume, right? Right? Which I now understand needs to be called a lovely bowler cat. Eh? Yeah? Or maybe you're more of a sexy crayon kind of a cat. Yeah, look at that. You can still show off those jams and be a body positive. Yeah, right? Or maybe draw an implement saying anything. That's alright. What once was a sexy ketchup bottle is now a sex positive ketchup bottle. Eh? Yeah. And we don't just do costumes, alright? What once was stripper heels and now, bam, empowerment buttons. Those are some suckable toes, eh? Yeah. Alright, so come on down to Sensitive Peter's Woke Costumery. I also promise not to watch you change anymore.
Sensitive Peter's Woke Costumery, now with no peoples.
No baddies.
Wow, 2 commercials in the same block of dreams. Never met anyone like that. That's amazing. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to use my technique. I'm going to spit out a theory. Try not to picture me when I'm describing the situation. So, say you're
You can make it more about me.
Say you're a 17-year-old boy about 25 years old. You're a Life Scout.
Alright, I'm trying.
You know you gotta make Eagle Scout. You also know you're really not gonna be able to build the bench you promised to build for your Eagle Scout project. These are things you know. Other things you know. Other things you know are that the going rate for a contractor for a day of work in my hometown is $200.
Okay.
Another thing you know is that your dad keeps something he calls a bug-out bag in his bedroom. And the bug-out bag has a pistol, 2 weeks worth of money, 2 weeks worth of clothing, and some new IDs for himself. And he likes to threaten you and your mother every time you screw up that he's going to take the bug-out bag and move to Chicago. Anytime. These are things you know.
I feel like you maybe need to work some things through, but...
That may be true, but these were focusing on things you know. This is your out.
Yes.
You're aware?
I don't feel like I know these things. They don't resonate with me.
Perhaps more details will help. You're aware that you can skim some cash out of the bug-out bag while your dad's at the bar getting shit-faced. So, take only what you need. You take $200. You pay a contractor named Mo to build a beautiful bench in the park. You take all the credit. You're an imposter, just like the people who go to that costume shop. You're an imposter.
Great.
So you know these things. Your dad knows something too. He eventually knows that you did it. He takes the bug-out bag because he doesn't want to deal with you anymore. You move to Chicago, and your only solace in life, is that he's short $200 now. That's all you Bring it anything else?
No, I'm afraid we're just not getting any closer. This is, I don't know, maybe this is like
I'm sorry, I thought imposter was a good angle. We have more dreams to work through. We can move on. We still have some time left in your house. So, move on.
Welcome. We are so excited to interview you as a potential new roommate. I'm Kate. I'm kind of the house mom.
I'm Mike. I'm like a quirky trivia fanatic guy.
I love meeting new people.
But enough about us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
You have a lovely home. As a ghost of the Civil War, my last earthly dwelling was a field tent, just before the Battle of Baton Rouge, in which I fired the shot that fatally wounded General Thomas Williams. Then his panicked steed trampled me.
Wait a minute. Thomas Williams died of friendly fire. It really hurt the Union's chances.
Yes, I was on the correct side of the war, but I ended up helping the Confederacy with my errant shot.
Oh, wandering spirits are so complex.
Tell us a little bit about what you're looking for in a living situation.
Well, you see, when I fired the shot that fatally wounded General Thomas Williams, the very man who gave me my field tent, I was cursed to wander the lands the war rent in twain. That is, until I find a new home to rest in.
So you've been roommate hunting for 155 years?
Well, yes, you see, I find that being the lost soul who fired the shot that fatally wounded General Thomas Williams is a tough sell.
We do game night. It's mandatory.
Between battles, my fellow soldiers and I, we love to play fox and geese. Do you have a fox and geese board?
No.
All right. Just as the goose flees the fox, the world moves on.
We use Venmo to split utilities.
Well, all of my Union coinage rusted away long ago. However, I do lower the temperature whenever I enter a room. I'm literally a chill guy.
Ooh, that would help with the AC bill in the summer.
And give us gangrene in the winter.
A battlefield malady I am an expert in treating. You see, before I fired the shot that fatally wounded General Thomas Williams, I became quite adept at sawing diseased limbs off of my compatriots.
Ooh. Please stop telling battle stories.
I'm afraid they are my only stories. The rest has faded from memory over the vast expanse of time.
We also do karaoke night.
It's mandatory.
Oh, I love music! May God save the Union, God grant it may stand. The pride of our people, the boast of our land. Still mid the storm, may our banner flow free.
Karaoke night does not work like that.
I'm starting to see why you've been looking for so long.
I should also warn you that I physically can't knock on any doors which may present privacy concerns for some.
Oh, you can float through my bedroom door anytime.
It has been a long time. You see, my wife, she passed away in 1860. Just 2 years before I fired the shot that fatally wounded General Thomas Williams.
Look, I'm sorry. I think Kate and I are on the same page here. We're gonna have to say no.
Sorry.
Very well, I understand. Living with a tortured soul who fired the shot that fatally wounded General Thomas Williams is not for everyone. I wish you all the best, and may God save the Union.
God save the Union. Maybe we should have went with that guy. Our next interviewee is an improv student.
Let's stay closer to my dreams.
Before we move on to that, I just want to say your memory for historical detail is amazing. Even penetrating. That is hats off stuff. But we can move on to my theory as to the origin story for this dream.
Sure. Okay. Let's hear it.
You're a man in your early 40s, things haven't gone quite the way you planned. Your now ex-wife is taking your children to live with Jason.
I guess we're getting off track.
Things you know, and know that as a father, you know that you should be with your children. However, much like a conflicted country that tears itself apart, you also know that your kids are better off without you in their lives. This is related to your experience at all.
Not quite. Yeah, I think they're expensive sections. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I've bungled most of what is your power. On to another dream and hope for the best.
One more.
Just one more.
I don't know if I can do any more of this.
Got it, just one more. One more! Try another one!
Thanks for coming out to Dojo Comedy. Hope to see you all at Needless afterwards. Fun fact about our cast, they are all alcoholics.
I don't know about this, Kristen. I just have a bad feeling about this. Oh, come on. We haven't seen Sonya in ages. It won't be fun to reconnect with our old high school friends. Yeah. I don't even know who else is coming, though. And I don't see any cars. Alright, how about this? We'll stay for half an hour, and if it's weird, we'll leave. Deal? Alright, just in half an hour. Sonya's place is a little creepy, am I right?
We brought the yellowtail.
Oh, I don't think we'll be needing that.
Would you like some pigs in a blanket?
Sure.
They're from Pinterest. This is Inga, my consultant.
Oh, cool.
I like your leggings. It pleases me to hear you say that because they're for sale! Have you ladies heard of LuLaRoe?
Oh, an MLM scheme? No! We fall right into their trap.
So many fun
The
patterns!
fabric is like butter.
Come into the living room and take a look!
Oh, I don't know about that.
But you said you liked my leggings! Now you can't get out of it without causing awkwardness! Come on, just take a look. So many fun bags.
The fabric is like butter.
It's not really in my budget right now.
You save 20% if you agree to host your own party. Join the movement.
It's so much fun to shop with your girlfriends.
My apartment's really small. I really don't have the room for hosting.
She can host the party for you. Join the movement.
It's so much fun to shop with your girlfriends.
Yeah, I'm really busy right now. Work, you know.
Oh, I've been working from home ever since I started my LuLaRoe business. So many fun patterns.
It's so much fun to shop with your girlfriends.
Let me show you how to get started. All you need to do is buy $5,000 worth of leggings up front.
5,000 as in US dollars?
You can sell them to your friends on Facebook. They'll love it. Join the movement.
It's so much fun to shop with your girlfriends.
Sorry,
We really have to get going.
Oh, I'm afraid you're not going anywhere. You're locked in here with us in these ugly leggings and a sense of social obligation.
Join the movement.
Right.
I've got it.
Great.
At one point, you felt pressure to join something. Perhaps the Boy Scouts of America. Perhaps the U12 boys soccer team.
No, we're way off base. Really? You don't get it? This whole time you don't get it?
Thought we were getting close.
Let me spell it out for you. I am a serial killer. It's not about dreams. It's about anxiety, about
A
killing
breakthrough!
people.